We can edit this out. Oh, 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 hey!
This is Mia, a young, happy, and full of life teenage girl. She loves spending time with friends and family. She could be described as bubbly and full of personality. Anyone who meets her tends to enjoy her company. She is an extroverted, social butterfly. Mia dreams of finding love, settling down, and building a family.
I'm Mia, and I'm now 25 years old.
And I'm a single mother of 2 little girls, Isla, who is 4, and Nala, who is 3. We live in our council flat where we've lived almost 5 years.
Growing up, I always felt like a bit of a burden, and I never really felt like love was a feeling I regularly experienced.
Until I met my first boyfriend at 16.
My relationship with my first ever boyfriend was so perfect that when that ended, I spent the rest of my teenage years trying to find a love like that again, trying to find a hit of love to feel worth it.
The only other place I ever felt a hit of the love I craved was when I would spend quality time with my baby cousins. I absolutely loved taking care of them, from newborn all the way up until toddlers. And it always made me super excited to become a mother myself. I spent my teenage years working, studying, and spending time with the people I loved. Earning my own money opened up the world of self-care for me. I took so much pride in my appearance and improving it. I started wearing makeup, hair extensions, and taking care of my skin.
I feel like in my teenage years, I always did my best to look my best because that is what made me feel good as a teenager. Just doing my hair, doing my makeup, it just made me feel good about myself. I never really stopped trying to find love and ended up looking for it in the most wrong ways, which led to a lot of damage, a lot of trauma, and a lot of heartache, which then actually caused me to be even more desperate to find the love that I was always aching for.
So when I met the father of my children not long after my 20th birthday, and he was showing me the love I thought it was I always needed, I leaped into the idea of starting a family. I wasted no time in getting pregnant with my first daughter and moving in with who I thought was the love of my life.
I was so young, I was so naive. I had no idea what real love was supposed to be like. And to me, someone showing an interest in me, someone wanting to be in a relationship with me was the most amazing thing ever. I was absolutely blinded by what I thought was love, that I absolutely did not see the red flags that were in front of me that were going to cause me turmoil later on in life. I had no idea. I was so happy.
And for a time there, life really was bliss. We were young, newly moved in, and new parents. We were happy. My eldest daughter was an amazing baby. She slept through the night. She barely cried. She was always happy and bubbly. She weaned perfectly. I had the ideal baby in my eyes, and I felt so happy and content with life that at this time, the only thing that I thought could make it better was another baby.
Looking back now, wanting another baby so abruptly was absolutely crazy of me. I had absolutely no idea what was going to be in store for me having another baby so soon and what was going to happen there on after that.
But I went ahead and got pregnant again. My eldest was only 6 months old at the time, so they are 15 months apart. But I was eagerly anticipating my second born, completely oblivious to what was in store for me.
Mia had Birdie, the first one, and she just about settled into routine, and then she was pregnant again. It kind of threw a spanner in the works, I'd say, but I think she handled it well, and I'm proud of her.
I loved every second of being a mother whilst pregnant with my second daughter. Watching my eldest grow and learn new things, absolutely nothing was better.
However, I did not realize that during this pregnancy, I was losing myself. Not only was my sole focus my daughter at the time, but I was absolutely exhausted from being pregnant, and my relationship was not healthy. I felt a lot of strain. I felt very trapped in a financial way. I didn't have much control over my finances. I didn't feel like I had much freedom, so I wasn't spending as much time with my friends and family as I would have liked. I stopped taking care of myself. I wasn't doing my hair. I wasn't doing my makeup. I wasn't dressing as nice as I normally would. Everything was kind of just going downhill without me even fully realizing it.
Yeah, in the beginning she wasn't as distant, but then as time went on, she did become very distant. You can just tell, like when you're close with someone, you don't speak to them as much. So that was a bit hard, I would say.
As my pregnancy progressed, despite loving being a mother at the time, I got more and more depressed and unhappy in my relationship. Once my second daughter was born and she turned 3 months old, I finally plucked the courage to end my relationship.
After ending my relationship, I felt free.
I started prioritizing myself, taking care of myself the way that I used to. I had freedom to spend my money on the things that made me happy again, like my nails and my hair, and I started taking more pride in my appearance, and overall, I was happy.
Since the breakup, Mia, there was an instant glow. Like, she was able to keep up with things she loved, like getting her hair, her nails done, like even interesting outfits. And yeah, before she was a complete shell of the personality that was waiting to come out, for sure.
Disappointed. I was just disappointed.
I was actually like lost for words. I didn't know what to say. I was just looking at her because I was
Shocked, literally. I thought what else could happen?
And then my ex-partner went to prison. This was an extremely difficult turning point for me. I was completely alone.
Even though he wasn't the most hands-on father, him being gone made such a big difference. I felt officially alone in taking care of my children. The sole responsibility was on me and me alone. And as much as I absolutely love my children, never getting a break from your kids and not being able to just leave them with dad and go and do something that you need to do, or hand them off, or say, oh, you can do the bedtime routine today, it takes its toll mentally. It is draining.
When he first went, I would say she definitely struggled a lot. She struggled more than she let on to maybe outside people. Yeah, it was definitely hard for her at first, especially emotion-wise, because she has to still look after the girls and do her own thing at the same time. She has to keep her head afloat. So yeah, it was hard in the beginning. She's improved though. She's done very, very well.
I felt a whole newfound freedom with the father of my children being gone. I felt free to live my life however I pleased. I finally felt like I could start putting things into action to create a better life for myself and for my children.
And in September 2022, I started my first year of university, and it was the best decision I could have made, as it gave me so much more to life than just being a mother. It also improved my financial situation, which opened up life so much more for me and my girls, being able to afford nicer things for us and to do more things. In January 2023, I started going to the gym, and I also started learning to drive.
I think she's coped really well, and I don't know, maybe it was a blessing in disguise for her, really, as something that needed to happen, because since then she's just been able to live her life much better.
However, adding these things to my already heavy load proved harder than I expected, and I was struggling.
I couldn't keep on top of everything the way that I wished. My kids, my home, my uni work, gym, driving, as well as making time for myself and my mental health. And it all eventually pushed me to a point where I really felt I was going to turn to drugs or alcohol. I didn't know how I was going to keep going. I was at rock bottom.
And it was at that moment that I found God. Well, God found me. And he picked me up off the ground and gave me a whole new level of strength to keep going.
I had a newfound patience with my children that made home life a lot easier. I felt less stressed about the mess that they constantly make and more tolerable to the lack of help or break from them. I started to love myself. This meant that I was no longer seeking love from an outside source, and my self-worth grew. The things that made me most happy were sticking to my self-care, my nails, my hair, my eyelashes, going to the gym, working on the body of my dreams.
Currently, I think Mia's doing very, very great for herself. Very great. You can see that she's a whole different person compared to where she was 3 years ago. She's glowing, she's driving now, she's in the gym 24/8 all the time. Yeah, you can just really see how she's grown.
I think Mia is doing brilliantly now. She's, done her driving. She's nearly got to pass her test, but she's nearly there. She's in uni in her second year, finishing her second year. She's got 2 beautiful babies, which she's raised all on her own. She takes them to nursery to fun time. She provides them with everything. She's a good mum, a really exceptional mum, a strong mum. And I don't have to worry about her, not at all.
I feel as though Mia is doing so well currently. I mean, from starting uni to taking care of herself, going to the gym, just keeping up with self-care. I think that is so important, even down to financially, like the way that girl can budget and make things work it amazes me, honestly. So I think she's doing so well.
We're now in 2024. Life is still hard. I'm still on my own. My load is still heavy and my kids still trash my house. But I push through every single day and one step closer to achieving my now most important goal, which is to get my driver's license and create a better life for myself and my children, allowing us so much more freedom and opening so many doors. I failed my first 2 tests, but I will not give up and it will not break me. I can and I will do this, and me and my kids will be just fine.